Good morning, everybody. It's time for our morning Sunday session of Destiny 2. I probably need to put a hat on. My hair is like all sorts of sticking in my face. Fun stuff. A little bit later than I wanted to start because we had... Frodo was crying, but 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. And they had already had breakfast and everything. I went outside, and he came kind of slunking to the back door, not putting any weight on his back left foot. We're not sure what happened in between breakfast and then. Chris suspects there might have been a bee or something. We don't have any like spiders that could affect them. There's no snakes around here at the moment. It could be one of his brothers or sisters bit him on the foot. There's also some male cats coming around that might have come up to the fence, chain link, and then chicken wire on our side. Maybe there was some sort of a fight. I don't know. Maybe he climbed up and got his claw stuck in something. We don't know yet. But Chris is suspecting like a bee stung him or something because we always get, because of the lights outside, there's always like 3 or 4 times a week that we get bees that come around. And usually she and I are the ones who take care of them before the cats get to them. But might have missed one this morning. Anyway, he's in bed with mommy right now. Hopefully he's okay. We're going to monitor and reassess. I mean, we can't do anything anyway. The vet doesn't open until it's Sunday. So they won't be at the clinic until probably 10 o'clock this morning. So we got to wait like 5 hours. Where did I put my phone? Speaking of which, I need to go grab my phone before we get started. There. I need a haircut. It's time for a hat. Anyway, this morning's been a little hectic. Let's see what we can see here. I never know what I was working on because I only play once a week, and so I always forget what I was working on. Confer with ghosts at the refuge of home. Good morning as well, Hectic. Good morning, everybody.
Coming together was hard for everyone. I thought it would feel right having the Vanguard back together, but Tarj told me that Zavala had forgiven himself for what happened to his family, but the witness made him relive losing them. And it showed him what it would be like to have them back. It must have taken everything for the commander to refuse that offer. Ikora has concerns about his mental state. She's going to check in with him while the rest of us push closer to the witness's monolith.
Copy that.
Time to do some trailblazing, Guardian.
Off we go. You know what's even weirder, Izzy, is that that's how live service games work. Is that the story changes from the time the game launches, and every time they release a new expansion pack or a DLC or a story pack, the story changes. That's how live service games work. Mind blown, I know, right? World of Warcraft, EverQuest 1, EverQuest 2, Star Wars Republic, Star Trek Online, Lord of the Rings Online, Guild Wars 1, Guild Wars 2. Name a live service game, the story is always different after a few years down the line, because that's what patches do, that's what story updates do, that's what DLCs and expansions do. I know, it's crazy. Crazy, right? uh, we need to go listen to the radio at Refuge of Home, which is where we're at, so.
Hey kid, you out there?
We are out there.
Look, you could ignore me if you want. I would, but you should know I'll hold it against you. Come on, Zavala's supposed to be the strong, silent one. You're supposed to be, I don't know, haven't figured you out yet, now that I think about it.
What do you want, Cade?
I want to talk about Amanda. Yeah, sure, she was a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day, but she was also the biggest pain in the ass I'd ever met. A gremlin of a kid. She tore the engine out of my Sparrow when she was 12. I was furious. Almost got her booted out of the tower until I noticed she disconnected everything clean. She'd been stealing tools, manuals, whatever she could get her hands on. She practiced on scrapped jump ships and junk Sparrows. Guess that says something about my ride.
That's true, kid.
Why, she was brilliant. I told Zavala, got her a job in the hangar, and I watched her grow up.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize, dummy. Just listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Amanda lived a damn good life exactly the way she wanted to. She went out being a hero. We don't all get to do that.
No, we
Some of
don't.
us make stupid choices and die stupid deaths.
Will you at least let me be sorry about that?
Shut up. Life ain't about drawing out the living part. It's about making what you do while you're alive matter. So grow a spine and make her proud.
But there we go. Well, see, that's the thing, Gerbrum. Like, if you look at, so what Gerbrum just posted on YouTube said, changing the story and evolving the story can be two different things. Changing the story can also mean that you rewrite the story and ignore previous lore. And that's the prerogative of any author or writer or creator. So George Lucas continually rewrote the story and continued to work on his story until he sold it, right? Stephen King, to this day, has still gone back and tweaked and changed things in the Dark Tower series, which he started all the way back in, was it the 70s? J.R.R. Tolkien was tweaking The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings canon all the way up until the time that he was in the grave. Like, literally up to his death, he was constantly tweaking. J.K. Rowling still continuing to tweak Harry Potter lore and that whole wizarding world. Like, that's... If a writer has a work that is ongoing, they are always going to be going back and perhaps tweaking things that have come before, and that's the prerogative of the creators and the writers. And the issue is that certain fans will lock on to key moments and say, that's canon, and if the author or creator comes along and says, well, that's actually not canon, that's something I've decided I want to change a little bit, and we're going to tweak it here, 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 and then the players go, well, that's just stupid. I don't, like, I'm literally watching the post that I put out yesterday about the Delphine and Parth in Skyrim. There's hundreds of comments in the Instagram post of players just melting down about how, well, that's just bullshit. It's just this, that, the other. It's just, I don't like this. I don't like this. I shouldn't. I don't want. I don't like. And it's like, yeah, but here's the thing, guys. Like, you're just, as audience members, the only thing we can do is read the story, play the story, watch the story, whatever. And what's been presented to us is what's there. That's the prerogative of the game director, the game writer, etc. Oh, Izzy says that's actually not what the problem is. My problem is that they vaulted paid content. You've clearly never played any other live service games, Izzy. You're changing the goalpost now because you're no longer talking about story Like, your first comment was about story not being... I gotta reread the comment. The entire story was different years ago, is what you claimed. And now you're saying, oh no, what I meant was they vaulted paid content. Two different things. Two different things. So you're changing the goalposts a bit. But even in the case of vaulted paid content, it sounds to me like you've never played a live service game before. Because live service games always vault old content. It goes away if it becomes irrelevant. Like, World of Warcraft did the Cataclysm and made a huge swath, like, just like so much content went away with World of Warcraft Cataclysm. As an example. Oh, you don't play that many live service games? Well, then you are forgiven for not understanding that that's how that works. Some games keep the content static, and some games... I just did name one, Young and Matt, World of Warcraft Catalyst. If you've never played World of Warcraft Cataclysm, not Cataclysm, but Cataclysm. If you've never played World of Warcraft, that's an example. Lord of the Rings Online, Star Wars Republic, all of these games also have vaulted content that goes away and never comes back in the form of occasionally they'll do special events. If you're not there, you don't get to experience the event. Many live service games do this. There's static content that stays there all the time. Stuff that went away. Vanguard Saga of Heroes got rid of the entire starting area later on down the road. EverQuest 2 got rid of the starter island down the road and completely changed the starter environments. I could continue to name games that have vaulted content over time. I'm old enough to have played many games. Some of you appear to be younger that you've not played a lot of games. So yeah, story content gets vaulted all the time. I paid for it, it should be mine. No, what you're paying for is you're paying for access to an evolving storyline. That's why you're playing a live service game. And it's in the terms of service when you sign that. Like, it's not like a single player game where you pay for something and then you have that and it's the same always. Like, single player games are always the same because it's one and done. Live service games are an evolving thing. All live service games. Do I have an issue? No, I don't have an issue. I know what I'm paying for. I'm also someone who has written a boatload of books, developed and published games, so I have a little bit of a different perspective on things. I'm not coming at this from the consumer angle. I'm coming at this from the angle of, like, that's how live service games work. So, many live service games take entire sections of the game and get rid of them as they go over time. Sometimes it's DLC content, sometimes it's base game content. Sometimes it's storage related, right? Yeah, sure. Sometimes it's related to it's not relevant anymore, like starting areas. You need to reread the terms of service. Terms of service always have clauses in the terms of service which talk about how the game is an evolving. You'll need to understand legal speak. Go back and reread it. I promise you it's in there. It's in every live service contract you ever sign. They always tell you that the game is an evolving thing. The story can and will change. They are not bound by any laws to update you when the story may or may not change. They can remove and add content as they see fit because they are the owners of the IP. You guys don't understand the terms of service as you're signing. Go forth and educate. We're done with the TED Talk for this morning because I actually want to play the fucking game. But you guys gave me a clippable moment for YouTube and all my Instagram and TikTok stuff, so thank you for that. All right. Driven says I would argue Token didn't change the story after it was printed. He added things to take it in another direction, but he did not remove anything. Oh, he totally removed stuff, Dribron. Well, hang on. Maybe that depends on your perspective of what. if something got changed, because one could argue that the changes he made to Gollum and Bilbo finding the ring and everything else that he made after Lord of the Rings, like those changes could be seen by some to simply be taking it in another direction, and other people will claim that, oh, he removed it and added something else. So I think we're getting into semantics there about that. And then, of course, Christopher Tolkien going off and spending his entire life confusing the issue by publishing all of the Middle-earth, Tales of Middle-earth things, and being like, well, this was canon at one point, and then my dad changed his mind, and then he changed his mind, and here's these 7 different variation of notes that I've found that say dwarves do have beards, dwarves don't have beards, elves are named this, that, and the other. It's like, you know what? I think it's personally better if readers don't ever see that kind of stuff, because it just confuses the issue. Because then everybody latches on to the things that they think they like the most, and then they're like, but this was canon. No, but this was canon. No, but this, no. What was published? That's what's canon. Like, ideas on a napkin, you know, I don't know. It's fun stuff. All right. Let's go get my butt kit, because I never remember how to play in between each Sunday session. I already gave you examples, Young and Matt, and I'm done talking about it for the moment, so move on. We're going to go play the game now. Come up with a new topic. We'll talk again in a few minutes when I take the next break to interact with chat. But for now, guys, I'm going to focus on the game. We're live, as always, on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, TikTok. Choose where you want to watch. Everything in between the streams happens on YouTube, so get over there. Game guides, reviews, movies, TV shows, and beyond.
Cade, you've known the commander a long time. You ever seen him like this?
Worst I ever saw Zavala was right after the Great Disaster. Didn't know the light could go out of an Awoken's eyes till then. But this... this is something else. He's scared. I've never seen him scared before, not like this. I understand the fear, I feel it too, but I don't know what he'll do with it.
Eris once told me fear is a knife. We can use it to hurt others or ourselves. But we also have the choice to sheath it.
Yeah. Well, maybe when we get over this mountain, we can make sure no one gets all stabby with their feelings.
Stabby, stabby. All right. Stabby, stabby with their feelings. I still hold a secret hope that one day they will do an older Nathan Drake game and have Fillion come in and do... For those of you who never saw, Fillion did a fan film where he played Nathan Drake. It's probably been about 10 years ago now. It was really good. It was just a quick little thing they put together, and probably a pitch to try to get the role, but so good. I think it's like 10-15 minutes long. It's not a very long thing. It's pretty fun. Oh great, jumping platforms, my favorite thing. Oh no. Alright.
Got some taking popping up on my route. Y'all okay?
Take?
Nothing I can't handle.
Thought it was take away,
Need to
sir.
come over and give you a hand, let me know.
Hey now, who put who on their back when we threw down?
Oh, come on. You caught me by surprise.
Oh, well, I guess we're even then.
I see you sneaking over there.
Cade back, it's almost like he was never gone. Like the Traveler knew it needed to make the fire team whole again.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. It's real nice to see you all again, but Traveler could have asked before yanking a guy back to life.
Cade,
Very good point.
I need to tell you something before we go any further. Meet me up ahead.
Oh, ominous and cryptic. My favorites. Yes, let's.
Fuck out of here. Ew, stupid. Can I shoot those? Fuck did he go? What if those are gonna respawn on me? I'm supposed to run right past them? Do I need to throw it or something? Yeah, Dribble, I'm not a fan of the jumping puzzles in this game. I always end up failing. You know, I think one of the best plot twists I ever read, Dribrom, you were talking about feeling when you story, you want the reader to feel it's true. It's not my favorite book series, but the plot twist was if you've ever read the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson, there is an item of jewelry that Vin wears throughout the entire series. It's only ever mentioned kind of in passing a few times in each book. So it's not like something you pay, it's not like something that's constantly focused on. But then you get to the very end of the book series and it's like, wait, what? And you're like, was that planned?